25 onwards. No? 25, 20. 25 मुझे बोल. 7, 3, 25 onwards. 25, 25, 26, 27 will speak. 25. उत्थाय प्राञ्जलिप्रह्व ईक्षमाणो दृशा विभुम् हर्षाश्रुपुलकोद्वेधो गिरा गद्गदया गृणात् उत्थाय प्राञ्जलिप्रह्व ईक्षमाणो दृशा विभुम् हर्षाश्रुपुलकोद्भेदो गिरा गद्गदया गृणात् उत्थाय प्राञ्जलिप्रह्व ईक्षमाणो दृशा विभुम् हर्षाश्रुपुलकोद्भेदो गिरा गद्गदया गृणात् उत्थाय प्राञ्जलिप्रह्व ईक्षमाणो दृशा विभुम् हर्षाश्रुपुलकोद्भेदो गिरा गद्गदया गृणात् उत्थाय प्राञ्जलिप्रह्व ईक्षमाणो दृशा विभुम् हर्षाश्रुपुलकोद्भेदो गिरा गद्गदया गृणात् उत्थाय प्राञ्जलिप्रह्व ईक्षमाणो दृशा विभुम् हर्षाश्रुपुलकोद्भेदो गिरा गद्गदया गृणात्. माता जी. उत्थाय प्राञ्जलिप्रह्व ईक्षमाणो दृशा विभुम् हर्षाश्रुपुलकोद्भेदो गिरा गद्गदया गृणात्. Word to word translation. Utthaya, getting up. Pranjalihi, with folded hands. Prahvaha, in a humble manner. Ikshamanaha, seeing. Drisha, with his eyes. Vibhum, the supreme person within this universe. Harsha, of jubilation. Ashru, with the tears. Pulaka, with hairs standing on the body. Udbhedaha, enlivened. Gira, by words. Gadgadaya, faltering. Agranat, prayed. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Then, getting up from the ground and seeing Lord Brahma before him, the head of the Daityas was overwhelmed by jubilation. With the tears in his eyes, his whole body shivering, he began praying in a humble mood. with folded hands and a faltering voice to satisfy Lord Brahma. This verse has no purport. I'll read the next two shlokas. Shri Hiranyakashipuruvacha. We can recite once after me, then I'll read the translation. Kalpante kala srishtena yondhena tamasavrutam abhivyanag jagadidam स्वयं ज्योतिस्वरोचिषा आत्मना त्रिवृता चेदं सृजत्यवति लुम्पति रजसत्वतमो धाम्ने पराय महते नमः. Shri Hiranyakashipu Vacha. Hiranyakashipu said, Kalpante, at the end of every day of Lord Brahma, Kala Srishtena, created by the time factor, Yaha, he who, Andhena, by dense darkness, Tamasa, by ignorance, Avrutam, covered, Abhivyanag, manifested, Jagat, cosmic manifestation, Idam, this, Swayan Jyotihi, self-effulgent, Swarochisha, by his bodily rays, Atmana, by himself, Trivrita, conducted by the three modes of material nature, Cha, also, Idam, this material world, Srijati, creates, Avati, maintains, Lumpati, annihilates, Rajaha, of the mode of passion, Sattva, the mode of goodness, Tama, and the mode of ignorance, Dhamne, unto the Supreme Lord, Paraya, unto the Supreme, Mahate, unto the Great, Namaha, my respectful obeisances. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord within this universe. At the end of each day of his life, the universe is fully covered with a dense darkness by the influence of time. And then again, during his next day, that self-effulgent Lord, by his own effulgence, manifests, maintains, and destroys the entire cosmic manifestation through the material energy, which is invested with the three modes of material nature. He, Lord Brahma, is the shelter of those modes of nature, Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. Purport. The words Abhivyanak Jagadidam refer to he who creates this cosmic manifestation. The original creator is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, Janmadyasya Yataha. Lord Brahma is the secondary creator. When Lord Brahma is empowered by Lord Krishna as the engineer to create the phenomenal world, he becomes the supremely powerful feature within this universe. The total material energy is created by Krishna, and later taking advantage of all that has necessarily been created, Lord Brahma engineers the entire phenomenal universe. At the end of Lord Brahma's day, everything up to Swargaloka is inundated with water, and the next morning, when there is darkness in the universe, Brahma again brings the phenomenal manifestation into existence. Therefore, he is described here as he who manifests this universe. Trigunan Vrinoti. Lord Brahma takes advantage of the three modes of material nature. Prakriti, material nature, is described here as Trivrita, the source of the three material modes. Srila Madhvacharya comments in this connection that Trivrita means Prakritya. Thus Lord Krishna is the original creator and Lord Brahma is the original engineer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuronmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raguna Tanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे सर्वशास्त्राब्धि पीयूष सर्ववेदैक सत्फल सर्वसिद्धांत रत्नाढ्य सर्वलोकैक दृक्प्रद सर्वभागवत प्राण श्रीमद्भागवत प्रभो कलिद्वान्तोदितादित्य श्रीकृष्ण परिवर्तितः परमानंद पाठाय प्रेमवर्षक्षराय ते सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्रीकृष्णाय नमोस्तुते मदेकबन्धो मत्सङ्गिन् मद्गुरो मन्महादन मन्निष्ठारक मद्भाग्य मदानंद नमोस्तुते असाधु साधुतादायिन् अतिनीचोच्चतारक आनमुञ्च कदाचिन्मां प्रेम्णा हृत्कण्ठयोस्फुर Hare Krishna. Very happy to be in Iskan Seshatipuram Jagannath Temple in the midst of all of you to share some words on Srimad Bhagavatam. I pray that this effort to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam will purify my own consciousness, and I hope it will be beneficial for all the devotees in the glorification of the Lord. So we are reading 7th canto, 3rd chapter, Hiranyakashipu's plan to become immortal. So in this chapter we saw the austerities performed by Hiranyakashipu. Brahmaji appeared in front of Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu, in the previous verses we saw that how Brahmaji, he took water from his kamandalu and then sprinkled on Hiranyakashipu, and Hiranyakashipu, and accepting that water, he became he became so powerful. Previously, because of the long austerities, his body had become emaciated. Now, after getting that water from the Kamandulu of Lord Brahma, his body became steel framed. And in these verses, we are seeing that how Hiranyakashipu, uh, in the great mood of humility and affection for Lord Brahma, and he starts offering prayers to Lord Brahma. Utthaya Pranjali Prahva. Utthaya, after raising, Pranjali with the folded hands. Ikshamanaha, he was seeing Lord Brahma in front of him. Ikshamana Drisha Vibhum. Vibhum refers to Lord Brahma. Seeing Lord Brahma before him, Harsha, with great jubilation, Ashru, he was shedding tears. Pulakodbhedo. Pulakodbhedo, it means he was exhibiting ecstatic symptoms. His hairs were standing on end out of joy. Gadgadaya gira, with a faltering voice, with a choked up voice, Agrinath. Agrinath, he uttered prayers to Brahma. Shri Hiranyakashipu Ruvacha. Hiranyakashipu said, Namaha, I offer my respects. To whom? Mahate, unto the great person. Paraya, unto the supreme person. Who is Swayam Jyotihi. I offer my respects to the great self-effulgent person, Swayam Jyotihi. And who is the shelter of the three gunas. That Atmana Trivrita cha idam. Atmana Trivrita. Who is the shelter of the Rajoguna, Satvaguna, and the Tamoguna. And Swarochisha means by his own effulgence. Abhivyanak, Abhivyanak, who manifests what? Idam Jagat, who manifests this universe by his own effulgence, Swarochisha, which is Tamasavritam. And this universe, before the period of creation, the whole universe was covered with darkness, Tamasavritam, who manifests by his effulgence this universe which is covered with darkness, Tamasavritam. Kalpante, at the end of his daytime. Because at the end of the daytime, the whole universe becomes covered with the darkness. Kala Srishtena. So, by the influence of the time factor, the whole universe gets annihilated and becomes covered with the darkness. And Lord Brahma manifests that universe, manifests this universe again by his own effulgence. And Srijati Avati Lumpati. Srijati means creates, Avati maintains, Lumpati annihilates. And who creates, maintains, and destroys this universe, Idam Jagat. Rajasattva Tamo Dhamne, by accepting the three gunas. To that Lord Brahma, Paraya Mahate Namaha, I offer my respectful obeisances. So he begins his prayers to Lord Brahma from the shloka. So we see that Hiranyakashipu, with great reverence towards Lord Brahma, he is glorifying Lord Brahma, and he's showing his great respect for Lord Brahma with his by shedding tears, offering obeisances with the folded hands. He's taking darshan of Lord Brahma. But some verses before, the Devatas had told Lord Brahma that iti shushruma nirbandham tapa paramamastitah vidatsvanantaram yuktam swayam tribhuvaneshwara. We had heard that Hiranyakashipu is engaged in severe austerity with the intention of taking your post. Hmm. With the intention of taking your post. Therefore, please take suitable action without a delay. So, Hiranyakashipu, although he is showing his great reverence towards Lord Brahma, within his mind he has the intention to occupy the post of Lord Brahma. Hmm. This is one of the This is a difference between the material consciousness and the spiritual consciousness. In the material consciousness, an egoistic person, although one may be worshipping a superior person, but within his mind one has the attitude of wanting to occupy the same post, or even going above that person. Mhm. But in spiritual consciousness, one never forgets one's position as a servant of the master. Srila Prabhupada writes in one purport about the difference between Prithu Maharaj and Indra. Both were empowered by Vishnu, but Indra forgot his position as the servant of the Supreme Lord. But Prithu Maharaj never forgot his position as the servant of the Lord. Once in the Sri Sampradaya, Kuresh, when he prayed to the Lord Ranganath to go to Vaikunta, and then when the Lord granted his prayer to come to Vaikunta, when Ramanujacharya came to know about this, he was very unhappy to hear about this, that uh, Quresh is actually going to leave our association and go to Vaikunta. Ramanujarya asked the reason from Quresh, that why do you want to leave our association? So Quresh said that I saw a dream that when the residents of the when a Jivatma reaches Vaikunta, I saw that the residents of Vaikunta, they come to receive that Jivatma. They come to welcome that Jivatma. Uh-huh. So then I thought that if I go to Vaikunta, after you reach Vaikunta, then I will have to take service from you, because you will be coming to welcome me. Uh-huh. But rather, my desire is that I want to be eternally your servant. So therefore, I felt that let me go to Vaikunta before you reach Vaikunta, so that when you come to Vaikunta, that I can perform the service of welcoming you. So therefore, in the spiritual consciousness, a devotee always wants to be the servant of one's master. Uh-huh. So in contrast to that, uh, Hiranyakashipu, although he's offering such praise to Lord Brahma, the Devatas told that this Hiranyakashipu wants to occupy your position. There's a Subhashita which says that Yatha Gajapati Shranta Chayarti Vrikshamashritah Vishramya Tamdrumam Hanti Tatha Nicha Swamashrayam. An elephant, when it becomes tired, it goes to a tree and then takes rest in the shadow of the tree. And then after taken rest, the same elephant, Tam Drumam Hanti, it uproots that very tree which gave shelter. So similarly, the the low class people or the wicked people, they they harm the very people who gave shelter to them. Mhm. So that was one of the mindset of Hiranyakashipu, which was pointed out by the, just told by the Devatas before. Uh, Vedanta Deshika in the Subhashita Navy, he speaks about the mindset of a egoistic person. Andajha pundarikeshu samudreshu janardanaha sitikanta parvateshu nivasantu natenate. Hmm. Andaja pundarikeshu. The swan may live in the midst of the lotus flowers. Samudreshu janardanaha. Janardana. So Andaja, one of the meaning of the Andaja is that swan. Another meaning of Andaja is it refers to Lord Brahma. Samudreshu Janardanaha. Janardana, one meaning is that Lord Janardana, Lord Vishnu. Another meaning is that it refers to a crocodile. Let the crocodile may live in the ocean. Sitikanta Parvateshu. Sitikanta means a blue-throated one. It can refer to a peacock or it can refer to Lord Shiva. So peacock may live in the mountain. So peacock may have the same appearance like Lord Shiva, having a blue throat, and it may stay in the same place as Lord Shiva in the mountain. Crocodile may live in the same residence like Lord Vishnu in the ocean. It may have the same meaning as it may have the same name as Lord Vishnu, that is Janardana. And a swan may have the same residence as Lord Brahma, that is lotus flower, and it may have the same name as Lord Brahma, that is Andaja. But Nate, but simply by having the same residence, or simply by having the same name, or simply by having the same appearance, like a blue throat, one cannot become that great person. A peacock cannot become Lord Shiva, or a crocodile cannot become Lord Vishnu, or a swan cannot become Lord Brahma. Hmm. So, but although the egoistic person may think that I also want to become that person. So, this verse talks about the mindset of an egoistic person. A crocodile may think that I am Janardhan. A peacock may think that I am actually Lord Shiva because of some similarity. But actually, there is so much of a difference. So, Hiranyakashipu internally, he is actually in his mind, he's thinking that I want to become Brahma. I want to occupy the same position of Lord Brahma, although he is offering these profound prayers. Hmm. Kamam likatu samsthanam kashchid rupam cha bhasvatah abitti vihita lamba malokam viliket katham. Hmm. One may draw the picture of a sun, bhasvatah, on a paper, or one may draw the picture of a sun on a wall. That sun may have that picture of a sun may have the same appearance as the sun. It may have the same form and the color like the sun. But will that sun have the same effulgence as the original sun? Hmm. Abhitti vihita lambam alokam viliket katam. Huh. So one may be able to draw the picture of a sun very beautifully, but that picture of a sun cannot have the same effulgence as the sun. Huh. So similarly, that somebody may perform great austerities, uh, but Although he may be thinking that I want to occupy the position of Brahma, one cannot become occupy that position. One may dress like a great devotee. Suppose a particular Vaishnava, a particular Maharaj puts a shawl in a particular fashion. So other may also follow the same style. Uh, they may also speak in the same way. One may also put in a similar fashion certain. One may imitate certain aspects. But simply by that, one cannot become that person. Uh, But a dripta, a egoistic person, thinks that one can become that person. Uh, And we'll see, although in this section, Hiranyakashipu is exhibiting great reverence towards Lord Brahma, but we will see in the next chapter the same Hiranyakashipu, after getting the power, what kind of atrocities he performs. He performs such atrocities. He actually um, he will torture all the brahmanas, cows, and all the religious people. He will bring all the devatas under his control. Hmm. So Vedanta Deshika, he speaks about the nature of a wicked person. Sneha shaityam prasadascha koshatyagashcha jayate asanna parapidartam nistrimshasyaasitatmanah. Asanna parapidartam, that means giving trouble to the people who are closest to him, torturing the people who are very closest to them. Hmm. The wicked people, they will torture, they will harm the people who are very closest to them. But before harming them, snehaha, they will show great affection. Shaityam, they will speak words which are cooling like a nectar. They will speak in a very cool way. They will speak in a very pleasing way. Prasadascha, they may show even compassion to them. Kosha tyagascha jayate. Kosha tyaga, they may show, they may even given charity to those people. Nistrimshasya asitatmanah. But after showing all these things, without any mercy, nistrimshasya asitatmanah, those who are cruel in nature, they will harm the people who are closest to them. So there is a shlesha alankara. The wicked people, uh, they are also the same verse also talks about the wicked people are being also being compared to a sharp knife. A knife, before attacking a person, before killing a person, the knife is uh, they may one may put oil in the knife. The knife, they may put oil in the knife, which will give a very nice appearance to the knife. Um, one may sharpen the knife. One may make the knife effulgent by making the knife have a friction with another metal. So the knife, before attacking, the knife may be put nice oil, knife may be made effulgent. But after that, the very knife actually harms the person. So similarly, the wicked people, uh, they may show great affection, they may speak in a pleasing way, uh, they may give in charity to the people, but after that they kill the very people. So therefore, one should stay far away from such wicked people. So the demons like Hiranyakashipu, they exhibit such qualities actually. Mhm. They gain the trust of the people and then they harm the very people. Mhm. So, so here we see that although Hiranyakashipu performed great austerities, he performed austerities in the mode of passion and ignorance. Huh. Satkaramana pujartam tapodambena chaivayat kriyate tadiha proktam rajasam chalamadruvam. So austerity undertaken with aim of getting praise and respect is in Rajoguna. And Mudagrahenatmano yat pidaya kriyate tapaha parasyosya parasyosyadanartam va tattamasa mudakritam. Austerity performed with the intention to harm others is an austerity in Tamoguna. Hiranyakashipu exhibited great determination in performing austerity, but the determination is in mode of passion and ignorance. हाँ. ययातु धर्म कामार्तान धृत्या धारयते अर्जुन प्रसंगेन फलाकांक्षी धृति सा पार्थ राजसी. Austerity performed with a desire to advance in dharma, artha and kama is in Rajoguna. So in this way, Hiranyakashipu's austerity and determination is in Rajoguna and Tamoguna. And in this verse, although Hiranyakashipu is glorifying Lord Brahma, we see the same Lord Brahma in the second canto, how he explains about himself to Narada Muni. Yena swarochisha vishvam rochitam rochayam yaham yatharkognir yatha somo yatarksha grahatarakaha. Lord Brahma says that I manifest the universe which is already manifested by the self-manifesting Lord. Just like the sun, moon, stars, Agni and the planets illuminate whatever the Lord chooses to illuminate. So Lord Brahma gives full credit to the Lord. And Lord Brahma says that Tasmai Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhimahi Yan Mayaya Dur Jayaya Vadanti Jagadishwaram Vadanti Jagadgurum Mam Vadanti Jagadgurum. I offer my obeisances to that Supreme Lord by the influence of his Maya potency. People call me by the influence of his Maya potency, which is insurmountable in nature. Dur Jayaya. By the influence of his Maya potency, Mam Vadanti Jagadgurum. People call me as a Jagadguru. People call me as the Supreme Lord, as the independent Supreme Lord. It is because of the Maya potency of Vishnu. And then Lord Brahma says, Vilajyamanaya yasya sthatum ikshapate muya vimohita vikattante mamahamiti durdiyah. So the Maya potency is standing behind the Supreme Lord. Being ashamed out of shyness, Maya potency is standing behind the Supreme Lord. But the ignorant jivas, being bewildered by the Maya potency, they always speak in terms of me and mine. So Lord Brahma is saying that those who give respect and also accept respect without reference to Krishna, such people are bewildered by the Maya potency of Krishna. So when we give respect to somebody, we should give respect in reference to Krishna. Oh, this person is empowered by Krishna. This person is a representative of Krishna. This person is speaking the words of Krishna, words of Shastra. So when we accept respect, we accept that respect on behalf of the Guru Parampara, on behalf of the Supreme Lord. But when a person gives respect or accepts respect without reference to Krishna, then such a person is bewildered by Maya. That is the mindset of a cult follower or a cult leader. That is the mindset of a fan club follower. Many people, they are followers of a particular, say, film actor or a cricket star or a different political leaders. But they don't see what that person represents. They don't respect a person for what he represents. Rather, they see the person independently. Huh. So such people are bewildered by Maya. Huh. And then Lord Brahma says that dravyam karma cha kalascha swabhava jiva evacha vasudevat paro brahman nachanyortosti tatvatah. The elements, karma, time, swabhava and the jivatma are not different from Vasudeva. Vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. Nothing in this world exists but Vasudeva. And then Lord Brahma glorifies Lord Narayana. Narayana Paraveda, Deva Narayanangaja, Narayana Paraloka, Narayana Paramakaha. So therefore, when we respect or criticize a person, it should be based on the spiritual principles. In the Uddhav Gita, Krishna says that Parasvabhava Karmani na prashamshen na garghayet Vishwam ekatmakam pashyan prakritya purushena cha. So Lord Krishna says that one should neither praise, na prashamshet, na garghayet. One should, nor should one criticize the parasvabhava karmani, the conditioned nature and the activities of other persons. Rather, Vishwam ekatmakam pashyan. Rather, one should see the world as simply the combination of material nature and the prakritya purushena cha, as the combination of prakriti and the different living entities, which are all based on one absolute truth, Vishwam ekatmakam pashyan. So therefore, that sometimes one becomes absorbed in praising and criticizing the temporary things of this world. But when a person becomes absorbed in that praising and criticizing the temporary things of this world, one will one will forget one's self-interest. Same thing is emphasized in the next shloka also. Parasvabhava karmani ya prashamshati nindati sa ashu brashyate swartad asat abhiniveshatah. Asati abhiniveshatah. Being absorbed in the asat, being absorbed in the illusory dualities. Yaha prashamshati nindati. One who praises and criticizes the qualities and behaviors of others in the three modes of nature. Such a person, sa ashu, very quickly, brashyate, he falls away from swartat, from one's own real self-interest. So therefore, one has to be careful that one should not become absorbed in criticizing and praising the relative things of this world, relative dualities of this world. One may have to be aware of the certain happenings of this world. One may have to be aware of maybe certain things what is happening in the political world or the financial world. One may have to be aware of that. But when we become absorbed in criticizing or praising certain leaders who may be in the political field or in the certain other field, uh, because in the relative field it is just a matter of who is less bad. There is no question of the choice between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Uh, So there's only the question of who is less bad, who is less adharmic. So therefore, one may have to be aware of that, but one should not become absorbed in that. Asati abhiniveshatah. Then the result is that sa ashu brashyate swartad. One will become, one will fall away from one's real self-interest quickly. So one should not be, one should, if a person has to criticize and praise, one should praise the pure devotees of the Lord. One should criticize the principle of rebellion against Krishna. Huh. But one cannot become too much absorbed in praising and criticizing the relative situations within the prison house. A real um, yeah, devotee with a discrimination, he appreciates, he glorifies the free situation. He glorifies the free condition of a living entity beyond the three modes of nature. A liberated condition beyond the three modes of nature, the activities and devotional service. But within the prison house, if he become absorbed in the criticizing and praising the relative situations within the prison house, well, this situation, the first class cell in the prison house is offering such facilities. If we become absorbed in the relativities of the prison house, then sa ashu brashyate swartat. Huh. So therefore, when we even glorify even the personalities like the devatas, one should glorify them in relation to Krishna. But here, Hiranyakashipu is glorifying Lord Brahma, but not in relation to Vishnu. Huh. In one sense, he is actually flattering. He is flattering Lord Brahma. He is seeing Lord Brahma as independent of Vishnu. So such independent worship of the devatas is condemned in the Shastra. So therefore, in Akrura, in his prayer, he says that Akrura says that the devata worshippers, they are like the mountain, and they offer different items to worship the devatas. The things which they offer to the devatas, that is like the river which emanates from the mountain, and the river ultimately reaches the ocean. So whatever they offer to the devatas, to worship the devatas, they ultimately reach Krishna only. Ye api anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvitaha tepi mameva kaunteya yajanti avidipurvakam. Even those who worship the other devatas, they are worshipping me only, but they do so in an indirect manner. So even what they offer to the devatas, they ultimately reach Krishna only, just like the rivers ultimately reach the ocean. But although the rivers reach the ocean, but the mountain does not reach the ocean, mountain remains there only. That means the devata worshipper who worships the devata by seeing the devata as independent of Vishnu, he remains within the material world only. Although the what they offer to the devata, it may reach Vishnu. So therefore, that here Hiranyakashipu is praising Lord Brahma, seeing him as independent of Vishnu. Once Srila Prabhupada was asked that what if suppose a person worships the devata with a pure motivation, without any ulterior motives. Uh, So Prabhupada said that what is the chance of a person entering in the bar and staying in the bar for 2 hours and coming out not getting drunk? Or suppose in a temple hall there is unlimited son papdi is being distributed. What is the chance of a person who enters the temple hall and comes out of the temple hall without taking son papdi? It's practically nil actually. So similarly, Rajastama Prakritaya Samashila Bhajanti Vai Pitrubhuta Prajeshaadin Shriyaishwarya Prajepsavah. Those who are in Rajoguna and Tamoguna, they worship the Devatas, who are also, whose forms are also in Rajoguna and Tamoguna, with a desire to Shriyaishwarya Prajepsavah, with a different material desires. It is practically nil for somebody that a person worships the Devata without any ulterior motive. So therefore, Hiranyakashipu will see that he is worshipping Lord Brahma with a different desires, which he will reveal in the future verses. And Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna is the original creator and Lord Brahma is the original engineer. Lord Brahma accept takes the different ingredients given by Krishna, and then he creates the different bodies. So lastly, I speak few words about Srila Ishwarapuri. Very, very important day, Ishwarapuri's disappearance. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's example is the example of a ideal devotee. If you want to know how a devotee should act in different situations in this world, the ideal example is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's example. That's the ideal prototype actually. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's example, we can see that how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu played the role of a disciple in relation to Srila Ishwarapuri. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Kumarhatta, the birthplace of Srila Ishwarapuri, so he went to that place and then he took certain dust from the birthplace of Ishwarapuri, and then he packed it in a cloth, and then throughout his entire life, every day he would take little dust from that birthplace of Ishwarapuri, and then he would eat it. So that is how he valued the birthplace of his spiritual master. In some letter, some conversation, Srila Prabhupada mentions that for a disciple, the birthplace of the Guru is even more important than other holy places. That's why, like some of the senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, they took great interest. They paid great attention in getting back and reviving those birthplace of Srila Prabhupada in Calcutta. If you hear from those stories who are involved in getting those places and then renovating those places, they will tell in great detail actually. So because for a disciple, the birthplace of a guru is even more important. So that is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave respect to the Tadiya. The Tadiya, those things which are related to the Guru, those things which are related to the Supreme Lord, they are given great respect. In Srimad Bhagavatam, one of the very important story, it starts with that the source of that story is that disrespect given to the Tadiya. The entire story of Samudra Manthan starts with the fact that Indra disrespecting the garland given by Durvasa Muni. And then the entire story starts. Disrespect shown to the Tadiya, and then how that story proceeds. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed great respect to the birthplace of Ishwarapuri. And one of the reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Ishwarapuri the spiritual master, he saw in Ishwarapuri the humble, menial service attitude exhibited by Ishwarapuri towards his guru, that is Srila Madhavendra Puri. When Madhavendra Puri was in the last days, Ishwarapuri, although he himself was a great learned scholar, But Ishwara Puri would render menial service to Madhavendra Puri. He would, Ishwara Puri would clean the stool and urine passed by Srila Madhavendra Puri with his own hands. And Srila Ishwara Puri would uh, narrate the pastimes of Krishna to Madhavendra Puri, uh, uh, reminding him in order to give pleasure to Madhavendra Puri by speaking about the pastimes of Krishna, he would render menial services to him. Srila Prabhupada mentioned in one purport that in the when a spiritual master, after preaching sufficiently, and then when when he retires to a particular holy place, the advanced disciples of a guru go along with the spiritual master, and they render personal service to the spiritual master. So Ishwara Puri rendered such a service, and Srila Madhavendra Puri gave blessings to Ishwara Puri that may you become the lover of Krishna. So therefore, by the blessings of Madhavendra Puri, Srila Ishwara Puri got the same love of Madhavendra Puri. Uh-huh. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that service attitude of Ishwara Puri towards Madhavendra Puri. Therefore, he accepted Ishwara Puri as the Guru. Uh, Once when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Gaya, so at that time, uh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed Shraddha for his Guru, for his Shraddha for his father. And then after that, he had actually prepared some prasadam. He was alone. He prepared for one person. And then at that time, Ishwara Puri had come. So immediately, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered whatever was cooked to Ishwara Puri. Uh, So Ishwara Puri said that, oh, it has been, you have cooked for yourself. Uh, uh, I can eat anywhere outside, somewhere. Please don't offer it to me. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that no, it would be, please accept this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with a great reverence again and again requested, please accept this. I can cook for myself anytime later. But uh, a person like you, a great person like you coming here, you are the personification of holy places. I think Mahaprabhu spoke that same shloka, Bhavadvida Bhagavata Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tirti Kurvanti Tirtani Swantastena Gadabrata. The persons like you are the personification of holy place, and your coming here is a great opportunity, great fortune. Please accept this boga. So, like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited uh, great reverence towards Ishwara Puri. Once, when Ishwara Puri came to Navadvip, so at that time, because Ishwara Puri, he did not exhibit himself as a great devotee, he behaved like an ordinary person. Advaita Acharya and others, they were not able to understand the exalted position of Ishwara Puri. So at that time, Mukunda started singing certain verses of the, I think, Bhagavatam or certain songs. So at that time, Ishwara Puri exhibited such ecstatic symptoms. Then Advaita Acharya and others came to know the exalted position of Ishwara Puri, and then they understood, oh, this person is such a great devotee. Mhm. So in this way, Ishwara Puri is a Srila Ishwara Puri is one of the very important Vaishnava Acharya in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, the spiritual master of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should also remember him and then pray for his mercy on this day. Hare Krishna. So I'll stop here. If anybody has any one question, we'll take another. Hare Krishna. Uh, Hmm. But Lord Brahma, he is in touch with the Rajoguna. He is also exalted. He is also situated in Sattva. But Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva's form, there is a connection with Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Lord Vishnu's form is in Shuddha Sattva, not just in Sattva Guna. Shuddha Sattva. Yeah, Devata worship in Rajoguna activities, there may be immediate pleasure is there. But Yattadagre Vishamiva Parina Amrutopamam. Tatsukam Satvikam Proktam Atma Buddhi Prasadaja. In Sattva Guna, although the activity may appear to be initially like a poison, but later it gets transformed like a amrita, nectar. So devotional service is about it. Devotional service in the conditioned platform, because of avidya, we are unable to maybe taste the full pleasure in devotional service. But even the sadhana bhakti stage, although there is a struggle, but it's a pleasurable struggle. Unlike the other paths, jnana marga, karma, jnana marga, it is a struggle even during sadhana, but devotional services ato vai kavayo nityam bhaktim paramaya muda vasudeve bhagavati kurvantyatma prasadane. Uh, Vishwanath Chakravarti says that bhakti is performed with pleasure even in the sadhana bhakti stage. Yeah, but it's a pleasurable struggle. Struggle, we may not be able to appreciate the complete pleasure, but it's a pleasurable struggle. So we have to put faith in the process. We have to put faith in the process, and then continue to follow with utsaha nischaya dhairyat. Uh, Not get focused on the immediate happiness. So, hmm. No, no. We respect the de- devatas as a devotees of Krishna, adhikrita dasas, appointed by Krishna. Worship is meant only for the Supreme Person. Respect for meant for everyone. We respect the devatas in relation to Krishna, being appointed by Krishna. Uh, and when we offer water to the root of the tree, the water reaches every part of the tree. There's an intelligent way of uh, worshipping all the devatas, or respecting all the devatas by worshipping Krishna, because it reaches not only Brahma, it reaches all the devatas are satisfied. Uh, and pure faith means what? श्रद्धा शब्दे विश्वास कहे सुदृढ़ निश्चय कृष्ण भक्ति कैले सर्व कर्म कृत है. Faith means that by worshipping Krishna, everything is accomplished. Uh, By worshipping Krishna, all the devatas will be satisfied. That's what faith means actually. Uh, So we respect the devatas as Vaishnavas, as Adhikrita Dasas. Hare Krishna. Hmm. No, sense gratification is initially in Amrita, but later turns into poison because happiness from sense gratification as a beginning and end. Uh, as a beginning and end. Right. Yeah, understood. Mhm. Uh-huh. Yeah, that may be required in certain secular audience, may not be required in the devotee audience actually. Uh, because in the common world, people have certain reverence for somebody in having certain degree. This one, so in order to make them feel, oh, this person has also had achieved a certain this one, and then he is, but he has given a higher priority for spiritual life. So for that sake, we may give such kind of introduction in the secular audience. It may not be required in the devotee audience. Hare Krishna. Uh, yeah, we can see that, oh, they are exhibiting a spark of splendor of Krishna. Athava bahunaitena kimnyatena tavarjuna vishtabhyaham idam krishnam ekamshena sito jagat. Like Prabhupada, he was relishing Charlie Chaplin show actually. The other devotee asked that maybe the movie is Maya. Are we supposed to see the movie like that? Yeah. The Prabhupada said that Charlie Chaplin represents humor, and the source of humor is Krishna. So Prabhupada was seeing that connection. Okay. Any question, Mataji? Anybody? Okay, we'll stop here. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.